What is up, you guys? We are at day one, technically, of E3 2014, and we kicked the day off right with the Nintendo Direct, and oh boy, a lot of great announcements, a lot of awesome games shown off. We're gonna go over the best moments from the E3 2014 Nintendo Direct, so let's check them out.
Yeah, Nintendo kicked off this announcement with an amazing fight scene between Iwata and Reggie. It was probably the coolest intro I've seen. They were just like headbutting each other and doing like this Dragon Ball Z
Crazy
blocking thing. It was
fists.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think there will be GIFs of that fight on the internet for years to come.
Yeah, they did it for a purpose, but it was absolutely amazing. Great way to kick off Nintendo's announcements. But there's some pretty good other moments that we loved.
Some actual game announcements. So let's get right to this. So the first actual announcement from the Nintendo Direct was the introduction of Mii fighters into Super Smash Bros.
Right. So you know how Mii's work. You craft your own guy. You could make celebrities if you wanted to. But when you throw them into Smash Brothers, you could choose from 3 different classes. There was the brawler, there was a gunner, and a swordsman class. So each of those classes have their own specific movesets, and you could choose
mix and match.
Yeah, mix and match different moves. So you could basically create your own fighter, which is really cool. And just that set of 3 different classes and those moves is like an entire roster of Smash Brothers characters. So it's insane.
Pretty crazy.
The other big announcement that they had for Smash Brothers is that it's going to be able to use NFC characters, kind of like how Skylanders works.
Yeah, and we now know the name of it, Amiibo.
Amiibo.
Pretty clever, pretty clever. It's got me in there.
Yeah.
Now this is not just for Smash Brothers, but they debuted it by showing off Iwata using a Mario figure, putting it on the gamepad, and suddenly he had Mario in the game fighting for him.
Right.
There are a lot of new details on these NFC Amiibos, so be sure to check out the website for full details. So the next best moment was when we got a closer look at Yarn Yoshi, which now has an official name, Yoshi's Woolly World.
Woolly World.
Woolly World. Pretty great title.
Yep.
We got to see a lot of the gameplay, so it looks like Yoshi will be unraveling the environment as he runs around. The aesthetic obviously is very similar to Kirby's Epic Yarn, and it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks like real yarn. The next exciting announcement was Captain Toad is getting his own game. So it's kind of like a spin-off to Mario 3D World. What is Toad doing? He's kind of like trying to find treasure.
He just walks around and you're trying to guide him to the right path. It's kind of a fun puzzle game. It's not super stressful, and it's cool to see Toad get his own game finally. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited. All right, so already, Lorenzo, I know what your favorite moment of E3 2014 is. It's gotta be the new Legend of Zelda game for Wii.
Oh man, when Aonuma came up and he was like making his announcements, I knew it was gonna be, and I was just like, oh my god, it's Zelda, it's here. Finally, and then
pure happiness.
I totally expected just to, they do the Twilight Princess thing, or a Skyward Sword thing actually, with a single screenshot, and then we could pick apart that screenshot. But we actually got in-engine footage of the game, so it's
beautiful.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. Completely open world.
Yeah, it sounds like Zelda Skyrim, essentially.
Yeah, it basically they're opening it up to make it more like the original game, where you can explore anywhere you wanted to go and approach your objectives from any angle. So it's completely open world. Link's not wearing his traditional green garb yet, but he's probably just got his
he's got
farmer
crazy
clothes on.
Hawkeye arrows.
Yeah, he's transforming laser arrows and bomb arrows and stuff, and he's fighting like a giant octopus. As you can tell, I'm hyper excited for this game. But yeah, be sure to check out more on GamesRadar.com for that one. But because you're
gonna be gushing about it.
Yeah.
So we also got a pretty awesome announcement related to Bayonetta 2. They showed a new trailer which had a lot of in-depth, it looked like story cutscenes and obviously action, in-game action. But they had an announcement where the first Bayonetta will be remastered for Wii U and packaged with Bayonetta 2, complete with Princess Peach, Link, and Samus costumes from Bayonetta.
And those looked absolutely ridiculous. She was wearing like a Link hat and like spinning around doing the spin attack.
I was so down with it.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then another Zelda announcement, Hyrule Warriors was shown, and we got to see a few of the extra characters. So we'll see Midna shows up in the game, even though that's probably not canon that she's like in this game at all. Impa's in there, of course, we've seen her before, and Zelda is actually a playable character this time. So lots of characters.
Yes.
We expect to see a lot more later, probably villains too, because that's the way the Dynasty Warriors games sort of work. You can play as both sides usually, so we'll see.
Yeah, and they also talked about the co-op action, which should make it a lot more fun to just charge through hordes of enemies. So another best moment is we've been having this rumor go around for so long, it feels like it's been teased by Sakurai so many times, but Palutena is in Super Smash Bros. It is now official. We have the goddess from Kid Icarus in the mix, and she looks, as you said, a little OP.
She looks OP. She's like sending down lasers from heaven.
Yeah, she's got black holes, she got lasers, counter moves.
Like an explosive like jump fart thing. It's crazy.
Homing missiles. Yeah. She looks like she's going to be a killer. So we're happy to know that she's actually in the game for sure now.
And then last but not least, Miyamoto, he had to show up right at the end. Didn't really make any announcements per se, but he was playing this game on the the Wii U gamepad.
It's a little blurry.
Yeah, the screen was blurred out and we couldn't really tell what was going on. But GamesRadar's own Henry Gilbert actually saw what game it was, and it was...
Upon closer inspection, Star Fox on Wii U. You saw maybe a barrel roll or two, some lasers. I'm pretty stoked. We don't know much about the game right now, but the mere fact that it exists is exciting in and of itself.
And it looks to be more like a sequel to Star Fox 64. Like there's a transforming R-Wing that could turn instantly into a tank and different things like that. And you're basically flying around using the vehicles the whole time. So this isn't going to be Star Fox Adventures or anything like that.
F that. So those were our picks for the best moments from the E3 2014 Nintendo Direct. If you want to know more, we got a full recap of the press conference at GamesRadar.com, as well as a recap for all the other press conferences. And we'll be having tons of hands-on coverage for all these games. So be sure to check out GamesRadar.com, and we'll see you there.
Bye-bye.